Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In fact, today is the last video for Analytica because today we are discussing question number 12 of 2018. So with this video, with the end of this video, we have covered the questions, the previous year question papers, the case studies of 2020, the exam which happened this year 2019, and today we will finish the case studies of 2018. Okay, so rest of the things I will tell in the end of the video. For now, let's start with the discussion. So I will show the question, go through it, read it, then we will see that what all perspectives we can use, and using what should be our stand and other things. So read the questions, if not, pause the video and read the question. So here is the question for you. Okay, so I expect that you would have read the question, and if not, then pause the video, go through the question, even it is given in the description box. But do read the question, then only write the answers or at least brainstorm, then listen to the discussion. It will be helpful, you will be receptive. Okay, this I have been telling in all the videos. So, okay. Now, the question is presenting a scenario where Edward Snowden is involved. So what this case study is trying to, what we can learn from it, that such kind of case studies, there is no need to read it from any standard book, or there is no need to follow it in any of the test series or anywhere. This should be solved, or this comes from our observation, whatever is happening in our surrounding. Today, Edward Snowden has been given in the case study, tomorrow Nirav Modi can be given, or Mehul Choksi can be asked. So any unethical act, be aware of it. Keep observing the surrounding. Ethics in international relation. Observe the relations between two countries, Israel, Palestine, USA, Iran. So observe such thing, India, Pakistan, India, China. Observe wherever ethics is involved, what kind of questions can be asked, how I should think from that perspective, what all can be asked, what all values are involved, what all things we should know, how to analyze the things. So this is from our surrounding, from the current affairs, the question has been asked. Okay. So what this case study is telling, here in this case study, there is a violation of law involved, that is Espionage Act 1971, which fixes the accountability on a person. Also, it is a matter of national security, related to national security. Then act of moral responsibility is involved. It is also has a concern of duty towards people, towards humanity. It has concern of right to privacy. So this case study involves all these matters. Now, the question is asking, the demand is asking that we have to, even though whatever act has been committed, or the Edward Snowden, whatever things he has done or committed, that is legally prohibited. But ethically, is it right or not? So we have to analyze. Analyzing the values, we have to analyze whether it is justified to do that act or not justified. So before taking our stand, because the question is asking, do you agree? Before that, we will analyze the values, competing values. Okay. So his act, why it is justified, we will discuss with the help of values involved. Why it is not justified, again we will discuss with the help of competing values involved. Then we will take our stand, and then while taking a stand, we will justify our stand. Okay. So with respect to why it is justified, what values are involved, first concern is of privacy. This first concern of privacy is involved, right to privacy, privacy of data, privacy of people, that was being encroached upon or that was being compromised by the authorities. So he came up, he was vocal. He really believes that he has done whistleblowing. Then with respect to citizens we are discussing, with respect to people we are discussing. So there is a concern of right over data, right to be forgotten, right over data, how to use data, that data, informed consent of using the data. So all that is there within the domain of the rights of the citizens. Third value involved is right to know. Right to know how government is functioning, what government is doing. Right to information, basically it is extended part of that. How government is functioning, what they are doing with their data, how they are manipulating the things, manipulating or using the things, right. So these values are involved, that on these lines, using these values, competing values, we have to justify. This is with respect to the people. Also with respect to the office where Edward Snowden is working, there is duty towards constitution, there is a sense of or a code of ethics involved. So duty is involved, duty towards constitution, or and next is with respect to code of ethics. When we talk about code of ethics, again it is very broad. Definitely it varies from organization to organization, but code of ethics has certain responsibility towards humanity, certain responsibility towards the constitution, towards law as well. So there also, by taking that code of ethics at workplace, we can justify his action. So this is with respect to people, this is with respect to duty. Next angle should be with respect to the self. He has a set of responsibilities towards himself, in the sense that he follows something, he follows certain values, he follows certain principles, beliefs. There are set of values, principles which he practices, he has responsibility towards them. Next point in self, he has certain adherences, certain affection towards the family upbringing or values or teachings which has been taught. If his father has taught honesty or his father has taught responsibility, he is doing that. He has to adhere that. He has to be responsible towards his duty of learning which he has got from his family, sanskar. So that sanskar he has to follow. So we have analyzed that why his actions are justified with respect to people, with respect to his job, and with respect to the self. These are the competing values which are involved, and on these lines his action is justified. Next come why his action is not justified. So this GS, especially it happens with UPSC aspirants, we become so pro in analyzing the things. Same thing we can analyze from positive mindset, same thing we can analyze from negative mindset. Means we learn this art of being critical about us, about ourselves, about any act happening in the society. So we learn to appreciate the things. We learn to find out the loopholes, or to find out what else can be done. So that is a very good art, and that is a learning for life. So do take it very seriously. It is not only the art of writing answer. Okay, why not? Why it is not justified? His act is not justified if we consider the value of related to code of conduct. In code of conduct of any organization, it is mentioned that whatever rules, laws are applicable for this office, this particular organization, you have to comply that. So compliance of code of conduct is there, will happen when we adhere to the laws, rules, regulations which are there being implemented for that organization. Here Espionage Act 1971 has been violated. So it is not adherence. So his action is not justified. Next, towards his duty and job, extended part of code of conduct, he has missed out his duty, his responsibility towards his job. He was supposed to do something, but he has not done that. He was supposed to not misuse his position, but he misused it. He compromised with his honesty. He compromised with the data of the office, data of the information which the authority which he was given. He misused that and he stole that data and then he leaked that data. Forget about what the broader perspective is and why he did that, but ultimately his act involves all these things. That's why we are saying that it is not justified. Yeah, why not? Probity, with respect to values you can write probity, integrity, honesty, he has compromised. We are discussing with respect to acts. Next value we can discuss with respect to trust, breach of trust. Being a responsible position, being an individual, if I have been given certain responsibilities by my bosses, by my organization, I have to fulfill that trust. But what I have done, I have misused my power, I have misused my position, and that's why it is leading to breach of trust, right? So on those lines with respect to this value, this action is not justified. Next, privacy. Here also we have discussed privacy, we will discuss here as well. But now the privacy, he was upholding that privacy. Here what is he doing? He is compromising with the privacy of the people. He has taken that data and that data has been leaked. So there has been compromise with people's privacy because this leak of confidential data, there has been leak of private data. Even he has gone through those videos, so he has compromised those values. Maybe as a part of his job he would have done that, but yes, leaking that data is again compromising with the privacy of the people. So on those lines also a compromise has been made with respect to the values. Next, one biggest thing he has done is that he has undermined the institutional process. Why? There are many ways to solve a problem. You can do n number of things, but he avoided the legal course. He had the option of going through legal recourse. He could have gone to the tribunals, he could have complained the issue to the Supreme Court or the respective judiciary of the country, right? Every department has a method, a channel of legal recourse, of addressing the grievances, but he didn't respect the institutional process. He in fact undermined the institutional process and he collected that data and in media he leaked that data. So basically it highlights that he was not having any respect for the institution per se, and that undermining of institutional process itself is not good. He has bypassed that. He has bypassed the legal recourse. So on those lines also we can say that his action is not justified. So what all we have discussed? We have discussed that on what values, with respect to what values his action is justified and with respect to what values his actions are not justified. Okay, now comes the important part. What is the important part? That do you agree that his action is justified? Do you agree that whatever Edward Snowden has done is justified? Now comes our action. Now we know positive, we know negative. Now it depends who we are, it depends how we justify the things, and ultimately we will disclose that what we believe, what is our thought process, and on those lines our evaluator will give the marks, right? It will tell our thought process. So if I write, do you agree? Then most of us will write yes. Why? Because we will think on the lines of ethics, we will think about the humanity, we will imagine, we will analyze the things with respect to the values involved, privacy, humanity, concern for the humanity. We will also use our general knowledge. The case study is not saying that, but we will use our general knowledge that NSA program was not authorized program, but case study is not mentioning that. So don't use your general knowledge, try to restrict few sometimes with respect to the information which has been given in the case study, right? Do you agree? So personally, if I have to give a fresh perspective to you all, as I did in the last video of Analytica, so the answer will be no. I don't agree that he has done an ethical act. because I have justification. So you can take either side of it. You can say yes, I agree and I justify his acts, my arguments are this. But think from civil servant point of view. Imagine that you are going to serve the country in the capacity, this capacity of civil servant. You will be holding positions like superintendent of police, you will be IPS officer, IRS officers, postal services, any service, IAS. You have to serve the country, and in this capacity of civil services, you have to do certain actions. There are certain limitations as well. So we have to respect that limitation. If we don't respect that limitation, then we should join civil society organizations. We should join NGOs. We should become activists, right? So understand that limitation and then only join it. Okay. So I don't agree. Then what are my points of argument? My points will be, first thing, like this, many 4 or 5 points we will discuss. His act is an act of violation of law. Now, when it is this act is, I don't agree because he has violation of law. So he has violated law. Now, this not only spoils the discipline, it spoils the decorum of the organization, decorum of the office. If I have done something like this, it's setting a wrong precedent for others to do that, right? And what it will attract, I have set this wrong precedent. Okay, I don't like this act of my office, I will disclose it in the public, I will use media, I will leak the data. I don't respect my office, fine. But I am setting a wrong precedent for my juniors, for my colleagues. They will also do that. It will disturb the decorum, it will disturb the discipline, and ultimately what will happen? Ultimately, it will attract more set of regulations, more set of vigilance. So the workplace will become very suffocating. We won't enjoy that workplace, because if I am entering, then I need to submit my mobile, I need to submit my phone, my pen drive, my laptop, my everything. When I am leaving, then there is no trust. My office doesn't trust me, so I have to be scanned. Every time I'm being watched. Even my activities are being watched outside. There is a vigilance, constant vigilance. So will you love such kind of workplace? Even for the matter of national security, you won't love that place. Why? Because that trust is not there. Employer is not trusting you. So there is no freedom with you. So it attracts unnecessary a set of vigilance. Yeah, vigilance should be there, regulation should be there when it is the matter of national security. And it happens in army, in police services, this kind of regulations are there, vigilance is there. But it should not be suffocating, right? So it depends what kind of person you are. So yeah, so we will relate with decorum, we will relate it with the setting a wrong precedent, we will relate it with the attracting more regulations and vigilance. Second, with respect to anarchy, just imagine if I break laws, I am setting wrong precedent, other people will also break laws. They will think that people will break laws and they will think that okay, it's good, we can break laws, though it is mentioned there, but we will break laws. And ultimately, it will lead to anarchy because I am violating not only law, also the code of conduct and code of ethics of that particular organization. So such conditions lead to anarchy situation. People will not respect law. There will be no more law-abiding citizens, right? So that way, we have to justify our argument. Third point is there only we can say, such acts by Edward Snowden or by anyone, it affects the social contract. On social contract line, how we will analyze? Just imagine being you are politician, you are representative, I am the citizen, I trust you and I have given vote to you. Now, and such acts has been highlighted. So ultimately what will happen? I will believe that social contract has been breached. It will lead to trust deficit. No more I will believe my political bosses or political representatives. Ultimately it will lead to what? It will lead to political instability. And if there is political instability, what will happen? There will be economic instability, right? Ease of doing business, credit rating agencies, as I have discussed in economic survey videos as well, that political stability is also one of the factor, one of the fundamental to analyze, or it gives insights, inputs to investors whether to invest in that country or not. If such trust deficit or anarchy will lead to political instability as it is happening in African countries, do you think investors will be interested in going and investing in that economy? Yes? Will? No, they will not. So that then also it is not justified, his actions are not justified. Ultimately, the development of people will be affected if economic instability will be there prolonged for a long time, as it is happening in African countries. Next, there has been an incident of data leak. Data has been leaked. So he has data leak. With respect to data leak, he has not only committed crime, in fact he has committed one of the cyber crime, data theft. He has misused his position and he has gone for data theft, right? So cyber espionage, this act is of cyber espionage. And just imagine, he has done that act and he has made that organization vulnerable. He has shown that this organization or this program has the capacity of these kind of data. Now just imagine any unethical hacker or any hacker expert in all these things, don't you think they will try to breach that data, breach the security of that data? They will try to get that data, they will try to misuse that data. So he has not only committed that cyber espionage, but he is also attracting other cyber crimes, or he is attracting those hackers that, okay, this data is lying here, he is basically inviting them that, okay, see, these kind of data are there with government, come and hack them. So you have to link like that. Basically he is highlighting, and when it has been highlighted that, okay, this kind of data is with me, if I say I have all the data of Honorable Prime Minister, don't you think that I will be under vigilance, I will be under radar by criminal group or by the anti groups, like that. So think on those lines. In fact, he has also committed cyber espionage. Fifth point, his action. Let's analyze his action. His action of data theft, it is inappropriate. Inappropriately, whatever access he was given to the office, he has misused it. Misappropriation of power, misappropriation of responsibilities. So he has misused that, and in fact it will set wrong precedent, because what he has done, he has taken that data, he has misused his position, and he came to limelight, though he came for all right reasons according to him, but don't you think that it will set a wrong precedent for people, those who want to come into the limelight? कि चलो ये काम कर लेते हैं, कल को पॉपुलर हो जाएंगे, गलत तरीके से पॉपुलर हुए तो क्या हुआ, हो तो रहे हैं, we will take some, कहीं जाके हम जो है refuge ले लेंगे, right? So such kind of things become shortcut to become in limelight. It will set a wrong precedent, at least for those people who are unethical, at least for those people who are having these signs of ethical erosion or ethical fading, right? So analyze his action as well. So analyzing his action with respect to whatever he has done, with respect to law, with respect to anarchy it will lead, with respect to social contact, with respect to his cyber espionage, data leak, I say that this action is not justified. Definitely you can take the other way and you can justify it, but always think that this exam is there not to test you as a human being or to give you a character certificate. This exam is there to become a civil servant. So they will test you. कल को आज आप लिखोगे कि मैं डेटा गवर्नमेंट का ही डेटा मिसयूज करूंगा, देन ठीक है, सरकार के साथ आप क्या करोगे, राइट? सो थिंक प्रैक्टिकल. Okay, so that's it. In the end, what we will do? In the end, we will conclude. So conclusion, what will you say? On the first place, in a liberal democracy, such kind of act, either by USA or by India, by anyone, such kind of whatever this act was going on, such kind of mass surveillance is not advisable and it should not be done. Even on the name of national security, it should not be done, it should be avoided. But even if it has to be done, let's do it, but targeted surveillance should be done. Surveillance per se is not wrong, and it is done in day-to-day course as well by the police officers, but go for targeted surveillance, don't go for mass surveillance. So this act itself is wrong considering the liberal democracy. Of course, if we are not in democracy, then anything is justified, right? But it's not that Edward Snowden, or for that matter anyone, should do this, because such kind of things, they attract the other issues, they lead to other problems of privacy and data theft. So even when I am doing that, Edward Snowden, being Edward Snowden, I am doing that, I should analyze, I should weigh all the consequences, and I should look for other alternatives. I should look for legal recourse. I should see that, okay, in what other way I can highlight this issue. How can I find a solution to this? Directly going to media and leaking out the things and inviting unnecessary problem for yourself also is not the solution. Has USA stopped that? Has other countries stopped that? So think for practical things. Look for practical solution. Problem solving attitude is being tested. So we should analyze the conclusion, we should write on these lines, and we should end. So that's it for the case study, and today we have completed question number 12, and we have finished 2020, 2019 and 18. With this, 2018 case studies are over. Now, one important announcement. Today no homework, so you guys can enjoy. Today we are on 25th March we are discussing this. So 25th March means a lot of people are already in this prelims mode, though we have 3 months. April is there, May is there, June is there, June 27th is the exam. So use the time judiciously. You guys are in prelims mode, though you should continue writing till April mid. You can write 1 or 2 answers. It is advisable. It will keep you in that frame of mind. And trust me, when you are preparing for prelims, it doesn't mean that you should lose out the focus of mains. When you read in depth for mains, it helps you in your prelims preparation. And you never know what kind of knowledge will help you in the elimination of the prelims. If you know the application of AI nanotechnology from GS3 point of view, it will help you directly and indirectly in prelims. Last year the question was asked with respect to DNA technology, with respect to AI, right? So always read in depth the application things. It will help you in prelims as well as in mains. Rather, it will help you in mains and indirectly in prelims. So do like that. First advice. Second, keeping this in mind that now people are shifting gear towards prelims preparation, I will stop this Analytica video today, and I will resume it again post prelims. Till now we have discussed these 3 years, and post prelims we will take the previous year question papers and other questions we will take of the remaining years. So don't feel bad, I will come back and we will discuss it again, and we'll enjoy again. Till that time, if you have any doubt, you can post the doubts in the comment section. You can visit the center. I am there in Delhi Center of Insight, so you can visit the center. You can go to our Bangalore center as well. Do meet the mentors, faculties, doubts clear karo, grow karo, और पढ़ते रहो, ठीक है? So don't keep the doubts to yourself. Tell us. We'll tell the solution. Okay? So all the best, guys. Study very well. And in case of any problem, do feel to approach. We are approachable. We listen to you guys. We listen to the problems. We do respond. So be comfortable. Feel free. Okay? So that's it for the day. And see you post prelims. With respect to Analytica, I will continue and finish the economic survey videos. Any doubt? Let me know. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.